Inspired and tired, that's the gist of our podcast. Inspired, but we're tired. Should we create or should we take a nap?
Create.
Nap. We should definitely nap.
Chase, we're doing the show.
That's right. Of course we're doing the show. Yeah, no, that's what I said. Yeah. Inspired and Tired with your hosts, Chase and London. Josh was laughing all the way through our opening. Does it tickle you?
Yeah.
Does the opening tickle
I wish
you?
the pre-roll was attached to it because we were like talking about the financial crisis and how you're like, London's like, it was a tough time for her and her family. And then it went right into
Inspired and Tired.
That's the gist of our podcast.
Anyway, hi.
Hi,
Welcome to Inspired and Tired with your host, Chase.
And London.
And obviously, we spoiled the surprise. We have a very, very, very special guest. He is the Josh Potter Guest of the Year, Josh Potter.
Hey! And
Thank
Chase
you.
and Josh, you guys just came from a big show. How was
Ooh,
it?
a big show.
Well, it was.
It was a
Sold
fine
out,
show.
standy nose.
It was
Yeah.
a nice amount of people came. Thank you to Seattle.
Yeah,
Woo.
we were in Seattle together. We just got back, and it was so fun. It was so fun because Josh, afterwards, when he finishes the show, if you haven't seen him, he goes, "Hey, you guys, thanks so much for coming. I'm going next door and drinking if anyone wants to join."
I do that if there is a place to drink next door.
And-
I happen to be staying like right there.
Yeah,
So it's
and
like,
we
hey, I'm going to
got
go drink at this bar over here if everyone
We
wants to
hung
go.
out with like the crowd.
Yeah, the bartender didn't like the fact that I brought a bunch. He's like,
The
oh,
bartender
He didn't like it?
I thought it was going to be
out.
Sunday night and it was
Wait,
going to
and
be
left
easy.
you all?
Do you
with
remember?
no drinks?
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
he just
when
leaves at one point.
He was so fed up that he walked out. I'm
What?
sorry. The bar closes at 11. It wasn't even 11 yet. It was 10:45. He walked out.
Yeah, the fact that
Oh
it closed
my
at 11 too
gosh.
was dumb.
And then do you remember this? I say do you remember because we were drinking.
Yeah.
Yes,
do you remember
amongst
this?
other things.
They said the bartender came back and he's like, "Who's Robert?"
Oh
Where's
yeah,
Robert?"
that's right.
And Josh goes up and I go, "Oh my God, Josh's name is Robert."
No, I
No,
went up
it's
I went up
not.
for a separate reason.
I know. And in my head, I go, this whole time he's been going by Josh. His real name is Robert. And I told one of your fans, I was like, "Oh my gosh, his name is Robert." And I was so convinced.
Why would you dox me to one of my fans if that in fact was my name?
He was like, "Are you messing with me?" I
Why
said,
don't you just go on
I
Reddit
said,
and be like, it's Robert,
"Absolutely not.
folks."
His name is Robert."
That actually ties in nicely to this chapter of
Does?
Twyla Tharp
It
book
does,
because
because
she does talk about
we have to
changing
change
your
our name.
Well,
to
the
your
man also,
artistic name.
the bartender also thought I was Robert, evidently too, and he got mad at me. I'm like, no, I'm here. I want to close out my tab.
What did Robert do?
I don't know. I was like, who cares who Robert is? And then she's like, you're Robert? And I'm like, no.
And I had everyone convinced.
Why wouldn't you know that about me?
I was like, he's living a double life. His name is Robert.
I can't keep the one life I have together. I can't juggle two.
And going from a Robert to a Josh, it's not a very,
Yeah, I
you know,
mean,
monumental change.
yeah.
Well, they don't have much.
They
in
don't
common.
line up at all. You're right.
No.
Interesting. So I'm sorry. I totally missed your point on the.
Well, this
You have to have an autistic name.
Artistic.
Oh,
artistic.
artistic. name. Okay. My bad. Okay.
I heard autistic too.
Oh,
and I
well.
let it slide.
I said artistic.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So you need an
yeah.
artistic name.
Yes, some people in the arts like to change their name to make it more va-va-voom for the crowd, to get their juices flowing, to
A
make
nom
it more...
de plume.
Yeah.
So, like, Lana Del Rey is really Elizabeth Grant.
No, I
and
don't want to hear these.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
it
Twyla
seem-
Tharp, who
Twyla Tharp.
wrote the book that we're
Ariana
chatting about
Grande.
today, The Creative Habit, she used to be Twyla with an I, and she changed it to Twyla with a Y.
Mm.
Dr. Seuss, not his real name.
Interesting.
So
There's a
this
bunch of
is-
those. I Nick Cage.
He's
Sure.
not Nick Cage.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Robert?
I don't
Josh.
actually know.
Huh.
He's a Coppola, right?
Yeah, that's right. He changed it because
Oh.
of the Coppola thing.
He didn't want to come off as a Nepo baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the first time you were here, we were reading The Artist's Way.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to Big Magic.
And you were here for Big Magic.
Oh, it's a whole new book now.
We're on to The Creative Habit by Twyla Tharp.
Oh, my Lord. This one looks thick.
It is.
Are you reading all of these?
Yes.
Wow.
You're in our book club.
Oh, my Lord.
What can I say?
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't read this chapter. We're just going to talk to you about the chapter.
No, of course. I don't
We'd-
read any. I
We'd
didn't read
love
any
to
of the
hear your
books.
thoughts on this.
Full
Yeah.
disclosure out there, folks. Haven't read any of them.
And you know what? That's okay.
Nobody has to because me and London are reading them for you.
Right. That's the point.
So we're just telling you,
Yes.
don't even bother.
But the fact that you're reading it is crazy, too.
we're learning a lot.
Yeah, we are.
You're
This
not just like
chapter's
skimming or doing
No,
like...
we're reading
no.
it, and
Spark
there's
notes.
exercises.
Yeah, we're doing it all. And this chapter is interesting because it's about your creative DNA. We all know we're born with regular DNA.
What color is your hair? What color is your eyes? What's your height? Twyla Tharp says. By the way,
Do you know
pop
who Twyla
quiz. Do you
Tharp
know who
is?
Twyla Tharp is?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. Do you
Why
want to
would I
take a
know?
guess?
Twyla with a Y?
Oh, is she Twyla that used to be an I
Yeah.
instead of a Y? I know
Yes.
that. I know that.
Yeah.
No, why would I know
She's
her?
a famous dancer. I wouldn't expect you to know
Oh,
her.
okay.
She's
Yeah.
a choreographer.
What did she create? That'd be
Oh,
crazy if
She
I
does
did.
like
Did.
modern dance, so it's
She-
very
yes.
experimental
That's why I don't-
and
Yes.
very unique. Maybe we could pull up a little Twyla
Let's pull
Tharp
up a-
dance.
No, it's
Twyla
that
Tharp.
stuff that's all like
Yes.
and they're like blah and they
Yeah,
blast
this
out.
is what they teach you if you're a dance major in college.
Yes,
So
there was
London
when I
knows
was in
Twyla.
college, there was a guy who got up on stage and curled up in a ball and just held his eye open for 5 minutes. I will never forget that piece. It was so boring.
That's
But I
so
bet it
funny.
had so much meaning. I'm
Oh
quoting
my
in quotes.
gosh. He spent so much time on
Did
it.
people laugh?
I
They
bet it was
should've,
serious.
Not at NYU.
Oh my god, I would have laughed
It
my
was
ass
extremely serious.
Yeah, dance shows can
off.
be.
Ooh, that's
ugh.
so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this looks
No.
beautiful.
This is
That
this
seems-
is her Broadway show moving out. So
Oh, yeah. She did a
Moving
Broadway
out
show.
by Billy Joel.
Yes.
yeah, she
Beep, bum, bum,
choreographed
bum,
it.
bum, beep. I'm moving out. That one.
Mm-hmm.
She did
Moving
that.
out. Oh, is that what it's?
I don't
yeah.
know,
Oh,
but
we
here's
go.
a little taste. So
Doo,
it's very
doo, doo.
experimental
I'm sorry.
dance. If you're not watching the YouTube video right now,
Oh,
there's
I
a
see,
woman
yeah.
just running, flailing.
Well, that was like she was stumbling constantly as if
Yes.
the earth
Is
beneath
this
her
Liza
was...
Minnelli?
No, but her costume's very Liza.
Yeah.
So it's very modern dance. You need to be heightened, I feel like, to understand it
Heightened?
because
Yeah. What do you
mentally,
mean?
mentally,
I don't know. What if it's the other way around?
maybe. But this is Twyla Tharp. She had a dance company for decades.
That's the thing. Sometimes dance is a little abstract for me.
Yes. But she has a lot to say. And when it comes to her creative DNA, we all have it. And this is hers.
So, yeah. So basically, she kicks off the chapter by saying that we all have strands of creative code hardwired into our imaginations. They're as imprinted as our height and eye color, except they govern our creative impulses. It determines why we gravitate towards photography over writing, or why all your canvases end up with the most interesting material at the edges, or why all your stories have happy endings, not sad endings. She calls it DNA. It's also just your creative hardwiring or your personality. So we all have a personality, is what she's saying.
Okay, cool.
Built-in.
Built-in personality. And I found that true. I was like, oh, I do gravitate towards happy endings. Because I know that could be
No, yeah,
taken the
no, that's
wrong
true.
way.
No, it's a funny sentence.
But I mean,
I get what you're
I
saying.
mean happy endings.
Is
in
that
a
what you
movie.
consume? That's
Um,
not what you create, though.
Yeah, like I would say if I were to write a movie, it would have a happy ending.
Really?
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Not you?
Yours wouldn't?
Well, no, I don't think yours would.
Robert?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Isn't that the whole point of a joke? Is like that it's not what you'd expect?
Mm-hmm. But this is also your personality, your DNA, that you gravitate towards stand-up, not photography.
Sure.
It's in our. She
to
says
create things.
basically.
Of course.
She says, no matter what your creative outlet is, it's already hardwired in us, which is just an interesting point of view.
Right.
It
So
is.
there's a tinge on everything that you do.
There's a tinge.
What do you mean?
Like everything you create has a little tinge on it. That's you.
Yes.
Do you mean like spice or seasoning?
No,
What
like
do you
a
mean by
tinge, like a tint.
Yeah, like a hint.
Yes.
Like imagine something is black and white, and then you put like a sepia tone on it.
Yeah, like
That's me.
you put your little like
I'm the
flair
tone.
onto it.
Yeah,
And
I'm
were-
a stain
but were
on it.
you ever, besides radio, which I feel like falls in line with podcasting and stand-up, did you ever have an inkling for another creative background? Or it's always been talking and jokes?
I guess that's it. Yeah. I mean, I used to draw stuff, but I don't care about that. I mean,
So
Okay.
did Twyla.
She did. She
says
thought
that
she could have
she
been an
could have
artist,
been an
but-
artist.
when I was a little kid, I thought that.
Yeah.
I thought I was like so good at drawing. I'm like, I'm gonna be an architect.
Oh.
And then I was like, you have to learn math, and I go, okay,
I go,
I'm just gonna draw pictures.
Well, she also talks about Maurice Cunningham, who's another like amazing modern dancer and choreographer. And he had this dance studio that overlooked New York City. And the big windows, you could look out and see the patterns of the cars and the people. And that all inspired his work. So he would look at
Wow.
life from a certain perspective and implement it into his art. And she says all of us as artists have this unique perspective, whether it's close up, far away, in the middle, for whatever we create.
So we have a visual here for you, Josh. Would you pull up Ansel Adams?
Ooh, the
Ansel
photographer.
Adams.
Yes.
Okay, so he was the first to capture nature from a great distance.
So
Okay.
he would be a very
So
wide
he sees the
perspective.
world wide.
And
There's
Okay.
other photographers.
yeah. You're
that-
explaining it to me in a very literal sense. I like that. Yeah.
There's other photographers that are more close up.
Ah.
But the next example she gives is
Jerome Robbins.
Jerome Robbins.
Who choreographed West Side Story.
You know it.
Ooh.
Oh, do we know it?
So she says he wanted to be a puppeteer growing up, so it's no surprise he sees things from behind the scenes or above, but not so distant that you can't maintain contact with the action. West Side Story is a lot of jets watching sharks and vice versa. So we're going to play a little West Side Story here.
Because who doesn't like West Side Story? And also she mentions that in West Side Story, there's a lot of like people watching people. So it's like that observing point of view where you're up close and are physically watching something going on.
Could you do I think we already have it up. The
Opening number.
There we go.
the opening number.
There we go.
Yeah.
Boom. Watching, observing.
Have you
Snapping.
have you ever seen West Side Story, Josh?
Yes, of course.
Well, it
do
came
you mean,
out a
well?
long time ago.
Chase and I performed in West Side Story.
Yeah,
once,
they
and it
go,
was-
which I said, which one do I think you were? The Jets or the Sharks?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we
We
were
were the
Jets.
Jets.
all
Yeah,
right.
no, go
London was
figure.
the lead. London was Riff.
Wow.
and- I am permanently traumatized from having to sing a solo on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh yeah,
She couldn't hit the notes.
my artistic DNA is
is
not
singing,
singer.
not singing, not acting.
No,
Uh-uh.
it is just dancing
Dance and crochet.
and crochet. Yeah.
Okay, what would you say your focal length is?
You know, I was thinking about it because of this. I think I'm more of a not so close as Jerome Robbins, but I am like a step back. I like the big picture, but not so wide as Ansel Adams. So what's that? What's in the middle of close up and far away?
A happy medium.
Yeah, I'm a happy ending. Oh, I
Yeah.
just love West Side Story. It's such a good movie.
Really? You watch this often?
I mean, not often. I saw the remake not too long ago.
How was that comparatively?
That was good.
That was good. They actually used the original choreography throughout the whole thing.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
And boy, do you two know. One way or the other.
oh, we know.
Wow, this is so good. I mean,
I
Jerome
know.
Robbins.
What a star.
Okay.
So he liked it. So
He was
people
meet-
were close enough that they could feel like they were in contact with the performers as they were dancing.
Then Raymond Chandler, he's a detective author. He saw the world.
This one I've never heard of.
He saw the world as if it was 1 inch from his nose. This is literally
Like me, I do that.
This is literally
Uh-oh. Tea spill.
a tea spill. I spilled
okay.
my tea on the couch. Barely. You wouldn't even know. Just that.
Okay.
Okay.
So Raymond Chandler saw the
Wait,
world 1 inch.
I have a literal passage from his book.
Okay.
Ooh. This is a different book.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is his book, The Big Sleep. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning, mid-October, with the sun not shining and a look of hard, wet rain in the clearness of the foothills. I was wearing my powder blue shirt with dark blue shirt. Powder blue suit with dark blue shirt, tie and display handkerchief, black brogues, black wool socks with dark blue clocks on them. I was neat, clean, shaved, and sober. I didn't care who knew it. It was everything the well-dressed private detective ought to be. I was calling on $4 million. Pretty
close.
up close.
Damn. I mean, that's close.
That was
Yeah.
pretty up close.
That's every little detail.
I felt that was close.
I just, between that guy and the little anecdote that London told about the man who stared out the window and discovered the patterns
Yes.
and the movement of all the things outside, I think all artists are just severely mentally ill, and I don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. It's starting to get
Well,
to me.
where do you focus best?
I don't.
I don't
I'm
think-
terrified to uncover
No,
it.
this does feel
Where-
like
yeah.
this feels like a modern dancer wrote this, right?
What? That
This
no, it feels
book.
like a guy who's got too much attention to every little detail wrote that, and it's frightening. But that's what his art is. That's his scope,
That's his
Yep.
scope.
I'm the same. I mean, mine is hyper focused on self-loathing. So it's like,
That's pretty close to the heart.
yes, it's inside out.
Oh, you're
Yeah. You're so close. You're
You're
inside.
I'm
inside
digging a
out.
hole. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
wow.
She doesn't even get there.
Wow. She's okay. And she says once you start to see artists that they each have a focal length, you begin to notice how it defines all the artists you admire. What is my
Yes.
Yeah, I
focal
know.
length?
What's your
I feel
What does
like
that
I'm
mean
pretty
exactly?
medium. Like how do I view the world?
No, I mean, like, you're saying you identify the artist you identify with. Is that what you're saying? They have the same one?
No, you
Oh,
just
that would
like
be interesting though to check to see if what art you like the best. But
you just begin
no,
to
just
notice
all
it.
artists have.
I see.
And all of us do. Like she talks about how people go to a museum and some people like to stand very far back and look at the paintings. Others like to go super close up and observe every detail and every stroke.
Some
Yeah.
people don't even like to go to the museum.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Right. I was going to say, I think your focal point is so removed. You're like up with the angels.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I think you're like at
That's
a
interesting.
higher.
I'm
Yeah,
in the
you're so far
clouds.
out.
Yeah.
You're like,
I think you're
I'm
just
in my
a
own
higher
world.
spirit.
I'm in my own world.
no,
Yeah.
you're like the kid who has the marble, and inside the marble is a galaxy.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, that's Chase.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we're living on Earth, but if you zoom out of the galaxy, even it's a child in a hospital with a marble.
Hospital. Uh-oh.
He's not sick. He's
He's there.
playing
Oh,
with
he's
marbles.
mental.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, we all have our own space that we enjoy. And she says it's very unique for people to have more than one perspective that they can use throughout art. Bach and Shakespeare are both two that were able to like balance a bunch of different perspectives. But all of us, it's important to like figure out truly which one you have and then to go towards that.
That's the guy.
Oh,
Who's this?
The
Tom?
That's
marble
who's
guy?
holding the marble, yeah.
that's who's in my...
From St. Elsewhere.
From St. Elsewhere.
It's a movie.
It's a TV show. Mr.
Oh.
Feeney was in it.
Oh.
It was this TV show about a hospital. It was very much like ER. And then in the final episode, there was no hospital at all. I mean, there was, but they zoom out and it's a little kid playing with a snow. It's a kid playing with a snow globe of the hospital.
Like Men in Black.
not
We're
as
all in
far.
the lockers.
I was going Men in Black, where a kid's holding the marble, but this kid only goes out from the building to
Oh,
a
okay.
snow globe.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
That's you,
love that.
Chase.
A lot of
That's
people
me.
hated it.
Gotta watch. Although now I feel like the ending is spoiled.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with anything. It was like people were like, "What the fuck was
Yeah.
that?" That's what they like. What on earth? Yes, anyhow.
Okay, one thing I wrote down that I really liked was if you run through the mundane like lives of artists through their imagination, like it's gonna inherently be you. So if you're by nature a loner, a crusader, a jester, a romantic, an outsider, a melancholic, that quality will shine through in your work. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
like,
that is interesting.
No matter what type of person you are, what work you do, it's gonna like be some version of you in the world.
Would you guys consider yourself jesters?
No.
No? That's not what you were for Halloween?
No? I would say
I'd hope not. That's all.
I get
If someone-
sad that I sometimes go on stage and perform and I get off and I go, I'm just a clown. And I don't.
No, you don't say
Yes,
that.
I say I'm just a
What
clown.
would you rather be?
A princess?
Yeah, a princess, the queen that gets to watch the clown.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I feel like a
Do you
clown.
think that the people in the crowd is a queen there?
I feel like the people in the crowd are inherent. They're like queens.
All of them?
They're watching the show.
No.
Bring me the entertainment.
Oh.
And we're just okay, I'm the monkey.
See, I'm like, I gotta go feed the animals.
Oh, no.
In a good way. I love all the animals.
Right,
I'm one
of
too.
course.
And then you were saying, like, do you think you're a jester or a clown? I don't even think that. I'm like, all right, the circus monkey's gonna go dance. You know?
You think you're a circus monkey.
Yeah, I'm an animal.
Which I think, the animals feeding the animals.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
Interesting.
a bunch of low-level nonsense happening out there.
What would you say you are, a crusader?
No, I'm like an outsider.
Ooh.
I like to look at it from the outside and put in like a unique perspective that maybe people don't see but can relate to.
Ooh.
I always used to say I'm a creature unlike any other. So
Ooh.
I mean, cocky.
I mean, out of all those,
cocky.
out of those
Anyone
words that
can
you
say that.
said in your
kidding.
book, I could put other ones. I would be like melancholic,
Yes.
romantic.
yes.
What was the other one? Depressing.
Crusader.
No. Before
outsider,
loner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that shines through in whatever work we create, which is
Oh, yeah.
kind of cool
And
because
more
that
like
is true.
it reeks through more than shines.
Then she gives us a Greek history lesson with the words bios and zoe.
Yeah, she goes on a lot about this, so we'll keep it quick.
Yeah, bios is basically up close and personal.
Like biology, you use a microscope, you look really close at living things.
And zoe is the big picture of life.
As if you're from outer space looking down on Earth.
And they both like talk about what it is to live like a life, but in two very different ways. So Twyla Tharp is a zoe.
That's right. This whole thing's
Far
about
out.
scope,
Yeah, this whole chapter is
It's all
about,
about
scope.
perspective.
but it's very
Perspective.
binary.
Yeah, she said there's only two ways.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
You can just look up close or far away. That's it.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Balanchine, he's Zoe.
He's a ballet
he's
choreographer.
He's abstract. He's Zoe. Jerome Robbins is the choreographer. He's detailed narrative. He's bios. I would say I'm bios.
I would say I'm Zoe.
I'd say you're bios.
Which one's that? Close?
Yeah.
You're not though. You're bigger.
But I don't think I'm like abstract. I'm like, I tell the story. This is what happened. And this is why
Yeah, but
it's
there's a
funny
little
to me.
something else happening there.
But you can only pick one.
It's only one or the other, Josh.
That's
Bios
it.
or Zoe?
No, I'm the close-up one.
Yeah, I think we have to be.
Right. You guys have to keep
but
people
no,
in-
but you're right. You know what? Isn't like Seinfeld
Right. I was
Zoe?
going to say that too.
He's like, what's up with peanut butter?
Right. Instead of being like, the color of my socks today were this. Yeah. So we all have to pick
Seinfeld
one.
is your like beacon is so funny every time you bring him up. I'm like, what does Seinfeld have to do with you?
Do we bring him up a lot?
You do.
I do?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't even follow his work. I just feel like everyone knows him.
Okay, I see. You're doing it as a colloquialism.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very
everyone
funny.
knows Seinfeld.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so
It's
funny.
like, how's the weather today for Chase?
Yeah.
So,
You guys know Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
So then we're supposed to do an honest self-appraisal
Okay, great.
questionnaire.
get ready,
Will
Josh.
help you see how you view the world and what themes come through in your work. She says don't share your answers with anybody.
I know. I was reading this, I was like, oops.
So are we going to share our answers?
We have to.
I think we have to.
Okay, and then you can chime in.
It's supposed to
Josh.
be first thing that comes
What
to
is it
mind.
going to ask us?
Just buckle
Personal.
up.
that we're not allowed to share.
No, they're not bad. They're
Personal.
not bad.
Like first creative moment you remember. Mine was at the kitchen table with you
Oh.
and Mo, and I was writing James and the Giant Peach.
Oh.
You were writing
I
it?
was
You wrote
I was
the book?
rewriting it.
You just transcribed it yourself?
I was writing like maybe a book report,
Huh.
but I remember drawing the Giant Peach and then writing. Yeah, I was writing James
Very
and the
nice.
Giant Peach.
How old were you?
Hilarious.
How old was I? 4?
I don't remember.
Oh, we were at the Malibu house. I didn't-
Okay.
So I must have been 4, 5.
I haven't the slightest idea.
First creative moment.
Maybe 4
I probably
is too
drew a
young to be
picture or
writing
something.
James and the Giant Peach.
You drew a picture?
Probably.
Well, you probably did, but what's the first one you remember?
Yeah.
you could be
even
12.
be 22.
Yeah. When's the first time you remember being creative?
Man.
Do you remember, Linda?
I do. While you're thinking, my first creative moment is I was probably like 2 and we were on the
2.
beach.
Jesus.
And I was building, it's like honestly one of my first memories ever. We were building sculptures out of sticks.
Who's we?
You
had a friend?
Our mom, and I think you were probably there. I don't know where you'd be if you weren't with us.
Well, I might not have been born yet.
Yeah.
2?
2!
Golly.
Wow.
First thing I remember in life.
Wow.
Building a sculpture out of sticks.
Didn't Mo have you like do hand painting?
Don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's Mo?
Our mom.
Oh,
Call her Mo.
my bad.
I
I guess like the time I remember like doing art class in school and being like, I'm better at this than these.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's a good memory.
Yeah, and then the art teacher squashed me.
They're not supposed to do that.
I made the sun purple, and she was like, "The sun isn't purple," and I was like, "Wow."
You were like, I'm
And I
going to
was
write
broken.
a joke about
Yeah.
this and shame you.
I should.
Yeah.
She broke me.
Wow. Oh, that's terrible. That would have been one of your in the artist
way.
You would have to write a letter to her.
Oh, yeah, to try to.
Mrs. Rotundo,
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Rotundo.
That's her name.
It's a great name.
Yeah,
She
you should
was
write
co-
a letter to her.
She was as it describes.
Was anyone there to witness
dead,
or
probably.
appreciate it?
She's probably dead.
Let's go to 3.
Okay.
The best idea I've ever had.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I have to answer this?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I know.
Buckle up.
I mean, I guess moving. Well, it wasn't an idea I had.
That's okay.
Just
Well, I think it
starting
has to be an idea
stand-up,
you had.
probably.
That was all you.
Hell of an idea.
No, it's a
It's a
good,
good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah, that was a terrible answer, but I mean, it is.
No, that was a great answer.
Mine was my 30-day yarn bomb challenge that got me into what I do.
Okay.
I put if musicals were real. Those
Great.
musicals
Oh,
I
you did it as the grandest idea you.
That's how I took it.
Ah.
I don't think it's right. What?
There's no wrong answers here.
Well, what was your answer? Say it again. If musicals were real.
Yeah.
Oh, your reels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Chase does a bunch of videos where
I thought you were
she-
like having your go. What if I had an idea
Oh.
that musicals were real? I thought you were thinking like.
Oh.
very.
Yeah.
Which kind of was my idea.
Exactly.
Oh,
you're
Yeah,
right.
and then I
Okay.
turned it.
But if you went crazy with it, like you made a whole. I don't know,
I get it.
like a play or something.
So then the next one is, what is the dumbest idea you've ever had?
That whole last 30 seconds of me speaking, I think, right there.
Okay, well, this is how cocky I am. I can't believe this. I said, I haven't had any.
You haven't had any?
I said, or I blocked it out. I couldn't think of a dumb idea.
I've had some dumb ideas, like in terms of gambling.
Oh.
I had an idea. I have an idea what's going to happen here, and it was bad. I've had dumb ideas when it comes to spending money.
Yep.
I think And then
Are these ideas or are they just
those
no,
are
those ideas.
ideas.
Because in the back of the book after, she writes down hers, and hers was like, the idea that I could have it all. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess the
Interesting.
idea like when I was younger that like success would come at 25, like that type of idea in my head. Yeah.
Yes.
What about you?
I wrote my Bushwick incident. We've been through this on the podcast. I caused a gentrification crisis back in the day.
That's so
London was
funny.
We're not going
face.
into it.
London was the face of gentrification.
Just for
in
a few
Brooklyn.
weeks, okay?
So funny.
London was,
Oh my
and me and London look alike. So I would walk down the
Chase was scared
street,
to walk down
and
the
I would go,
street.
"Oh, they think it's me. They think I'm the face of gentrification."
Oh my gosh.
Just
I
London.
caused the
She did.
Oh
It really was bad.
Moving on.
Oh my god.
Next one.
That sounds so much more nefarious than it actually is.
It was terrible.
Oh my god, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm so white and pretty that I ruined a community.
It was so
Well,
bad.
she did street art in the community that was inappropriate.
Okay, moving on. Next question. Next question.
What is your creative ambition?
Oh no. I'm doing it. I just want to make some money.
Yes, that's a great answer.
Okay, good. Phew.
I just want to create funny stuff filled with things that make people laugh and smile.
That's so sweet.
Really?
Yeah,
You do? Okay, that's good.
that's my ambition.
I want to do enough of that where I make some money.
See, and I've just been like, I'll get the money with a side job.
What? You got to work another job on top
That's
of
what
all
I'm
this?
like telling myself. Let's not put pressure on yourself, Chase.
Just make one person smile.
No,
and my
you gotta get-
life is fulfilled.
I know I need more of this ambition with money.
Well, you just got to... Yeah, I guess
okay,
so,
okay.
yeah. Don't we need it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
If there's a way to do it without the money,
Well, Big
and by that I
Magic,
mean
We'll do it.
live.
but the book we just read, Big Magic, says,
Don't do it for
don't
the
do
money.
it for the money.
No, of course I'm not doing it for the money. If I wanted to do something for money, I would do something completely different.
Okay, so then
I'm saying
what's
I
your
need
ambition?
money to live, and I would like to make a decent amount of it.
Yeah. I like your answer. I almost want to take it because I just wrote to push the boundaries of what's possible with yarn. But
No, that's
money
well,
sounds
that's
way
how
better.
you're gonna make money.
That's true. But
Yeah, yours is like ipso facto. I feel like, or is it not? Where like the money you drum it up quicker, in terms of like I'm doing this thing and I'm gonna get paid this. You know?
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. cool.
Yes.
yeah, that's how you get the money.
Mhm.
That's cool.
What are the vital steps to achieving this ambition?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out every day.
For me, time,
I wrote time.
space.
What do you mean by time? Meaning
I
like,
need some time
to figure it out.
just to be alone so I can create.
Oh, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Lord knows I need that too, but I'm running out of time. I feel like
Yeah,
I
we're
gotta
running
get
out of time.
I gotta-
That's why we need time.
yeah, we need more
We're
of it.
running
Yeah,
out.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
How do you begin your day?
I wake up. Today I woke up and I said, I have some emails that I have to tend to. And I did. And I got absolutely blasted. Hi. And then Chase texted me and said, will you do the podcast? And I said, oh boy, all right.
So you start the day with emails.
Yeah, or like texts. I did texts.
Yeah, guess
Okay,
what?
so
Phone
like
call.
practical work, just catching up on life.
Circling the wagons.
Yeah.
Circling the
That's
wagon.
what the
Yeah,
kids
see
say.
where we're
Do you
at.
do it at a desk or in bed?
No, I do it. I go out. I make the phone calls while I'm outside smoking a cigarette.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And I
How
pace
delightful.
and I go outside. I feel like I'm on Wall Street or something. I'm like, buy, sell, smoking a cigarette. Yeah, no, tell Jerry. Or
Oh,
whatever.
I love that.
We
and
love
then
that.
I go and I sit on my couch and I refresh things until I go, oh yeah, this is what I was supposed to do. And then I do an email.
Okay, so maybe your little ritual is going outside. To
Yeah,
handle
yes.
some
Last week we
business.
Yes.
talked about
Rituals.
rituals.
I like going outside to make a phone call. If someone
Yes.
calls me, I go outside and smoke a cigarette. And like I'm being private in my own home or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I have to leave.
I gotta get in the backyard.
It's rude of me to speak in the house, but
Right.
there's no one there.
Yeah.
That couch is going to
Yeah.
be so annoyed if you're too loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go with number 13, Trace.
Okay.
Ooh, my lucky
Okay.
number.
Oh, wow, this is good. Ooh. Describe your first successful creative act.
What is that? Oh, I guess it's whatever I interpret it as. Yes.
Yes.
You go and I'll think of mine. You guys had it early.
We did. We
look
had
at
we had a little
questions.
time, but my earliest what would you mind reading that again?
Describe your first successful creative act.
Okay, so when I was in college, I was in New York for the first time, and I loved seeing
I'm
street
so
art.
sorry. College is your first successful? I was so much earlier.
Oh well, I'm
What
a
does
late
success
bloomer.
mean to you?
Right. So
London was Grand National Dance Champion of America.
I would not count that
When she
as
was
my
12.
first successful
When she was
creative
12.
endeavor.
That was dance.
Why
Okay.
wasn't that successfully created? I mean,
Because I didn't do any.
You're like,
people
I
put me
didn't-
there
I
to
didn't
do
give
it.
a shit
I
about
came
it.
up with my first creative successful
Okay.
act.
Okay.
And
okay.
in college, I loved the street art I would see, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I took index cards, cut them in half, and I got these little stamps that said to brighten your day. And on the back, I would stamp a quote, and I would stuff them in like ATM slots and parking meters, and people would find
Oh, yeah, I
the
remember
little,
this. I remember
the little
this.
cards. And it was so cool because maybe 7 or 8 years later, one of my friends from college I hadn't seen in a while, and we were at this place, and hanging up on a wall there was this little card, and she goes, you know, this this picture reminds me of this little card I found in college.
Whoa.
And I was like, that was my little
That's
card.
crazy.
She's like, I found it in
Wow.
an ATM slot at this cafe, and I was like,
Whoa.
I did that.
And that high
she
was
still
more
had it.
than the dance championship by a mile, probably.
Oh yeah.
What?
I mean, the dance champion was really
it was
cool,
a big
but
deal.
this was like a
Yeah, but she got
random
high
act of
from this.
kindness.
She's like, no, her head exploded. from
yes,
that.
my head
When
exploded.
they announced you winning, you
that was
jumped
very
out of your
exciting.
seat.
That everyone interprets
It
things
was
differently.
okay.
What's yours?
I don't think she gave a shit about
She
this
doesn't-
championship.
I'm confused.
That's
I'm
fine.
so
I think that's
confused.
cool to be like, yeah, I won that shit. Who cares? That'd be dope
Well,
if you were like that.
when I was 9, I won gold at Dance Masters of America.
That was yours?
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't, and correct me if I'm wrong, hers is a bigger thing, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just won gold. London
you're-
won the whole competition.
Okay, yeah.
London beat every single person there. A lot of people get golds.
But for you, that's a great answer.
because
here to
because one of the
support.
because I was 9 and one of the teachers came up to me and said before I got my award, she goes, "Silver is also good." Just so you know.
Oh,
And
Sounds
then
she
and then
cut
they
you down.
and then they
Yeah.
announced it and I got a gold and I was like, "That's right."
Maybe that was her goal, though, to be like, to
Right.
give your expectations.
No, she was like, "It's okay. Silver's also good."
Oh my, she reminds me of your teacher, Miss Rotundo.
Yes,
Yeah.
these spiteful ladies.
Oh my gosh, they have letters coming their way. All right, what's your first one?
I mean, I guess like if I could go back and track.
By the way, we're also going to ask you your second one, so just
Okay,
get them clear.
sure. Okay. No, I mean, if I'm gonna go along the lines of the money thing, I actually like did this recently, and I like looked back at a joke, and I go, I must have made so much money off. Like, I thought about like the joke I told the longest, and I was like, well, I've been telling that one through this year. I probably made like X amount of dollars, and that joke like is, if I were to siphon it off, it would be like worth.
Oh.
You know, like
Well, can
thousands
we
and
hear
thousands.
the
No, we're
joke?
not going to hear the
Can
joke.
we hear the joke?
You got to come to his
No.
next show because
'Cause you're
apparently
still
it's in
using it.
every single one.
Actually using it. I
What's
don't.
this
I was
joke?
using it as an example. I don't have a specific one. I'm saying all of my jokes.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
That's
okay.
an interesting way
It's
to
like
look at
fun
it.
to look back at them and
Yeah.
go like,
That was a
how
successful
much
act.
money did I make off each joke? Do you think?
Yeah.
And then to go like, well, I remember this year I made this much money, so
Whoa.
like this was my act at this time. I was doing this many minutes.
And you say you're not good at math.
I never will figure this out. I'm just saying it's cool to think about and just estimate it. I go,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I'm dumb with math, so I probably inflate the number a little bit. And it's nice to go, that joke's worth like 10 grand. Probably.
Wow.
amazing.
That's a successful joke.
That is.
Yeah. Okay, your second successful creative act, which I got more like you were like, because
You went a little later in life.
Dance, it is someone telling us
Right.
what to do instead of us creating it from ourselves. Yeah.
probably, I don't know, just something I did on the radio probably. Was that like, I don't even know if anything was impactful.
I
But
think
just the
I think
whole
getting
radio.
like,
getting the job at the radio station.
Well, there was like a couple jobs or a couple like bits that I did that almost got me fired, which made other radio stations offer me jobs.
Ooh.
And then it got me a raise.
That's a great answer.
So like
Ooh.
there was like a couple of those.
Weren't you didn't you do some sort of sport as a kid?
What do you mean?
Chase really wants
I
these
played
medals.
soccer. Were
you a
and sports
I
to-
played soccer.
Oh, okay.
A diver.
diver.
I
Wearing
don't
a
know why I
Speedo.
thought maybe swimmer,
I think
diver.
that was Robert probably.
Yeah.
Okay, you did what'd you say?
Soccer.
So I guess not so creative.
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
sure,
Yeah.
I guess not.
I mean, I'd say it's just as creative as diving.
I did all kinds of stuff. Yeah, what's creative about diving? There's only
I don't
like
know,
10
you're
of
doing
them.
more like flips and tricks.
Mm.
I don't know. I see it as an artistic sport.
Oh, because you have
Okay.
to move?
Yeah, it's like graceful.
Okay. Sure.
Your second most successful act?
Well, I did something called What Makes You Smile,
Mm-hmm.
and I attempted to. I went up to people on the streets of New York and would give them a smile band in exchange for a response of what makes them smile. And I created YouTube videos where I tried to unlock what makes the world smile.
And then she got a booth on the Venice Boardwalk, which is very hard to do.
yes, and I had
I can't believe they tried to cancel
She had
you.
smile bands.
yeah, and I passed out smile bands. I traveled to 5 countries. And what
God.
my research found out is what makes the world smile. Anybody want to guess? Chase?
I'd love to know.
Don't answer.
Do you have like top 5?
I have top 2.
Okay, please
Okay.
tell me.
Babies and puppies.
Okay, that makes sense. Baby.
I remember one of my answers was SNL because we would write it on a whiteboard. She'd take a picture. She'd upload it to Facebook.
Then they'd have to like
that
my
they'd have to
Facebook
follow
page
her.
to see their photo.
And she was
SNL.
a
It was
little
brilliant marketing at the
entrepreneur.
time.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What would be your answer, Josh? What's the one
He said
thing?
radio. Oh
No, what's the one thing that will always make you smile?
Ooh, that's a good question.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I win a bet.
Oh,
Good answer. No
when
one
that,
ever
when those
said that.
clock hit 0
Yeah,
and you won. Oh,
it's just a smiling to yourself.
Chase watched me this weekend.
I watched him win a bet.
Who was it? Jackson Smith
You won
Najigba
$55.
caught a touchdown. I go, that's $55.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I was so psyched.
Yeah, that's good.
But then she watched me lose a bet too. and
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
Travis
get mad. Yeah.
Kelsey.
He's
your
dead to
boy,
me.
Chase.
My
He's
boy.
dead to me now.
He
I just
didn't-
needed him to catch a touchdown to
He didn't do one
clinch my
touchdown.
parlay, and he didn't do one.
I
I
could
know.
care less.
That's because
No.
Taylor Swift wasn't there. So
She
now-
wasn't
Oh.
there.
Do I blame
Don't tell
her?
me she's his good luck charm now.
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
she's definitely
Absolutely.
something's going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
As a gambler, I'm taking note of all these things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When she's there, he does quite a bit better.
Interesting. Chase, what's one thing that
Oh.
will always make you smile?
Oh, thank you for asking. Tea.
Okay.
A cup of tea.
I love that though. I can't believe. I just imagine you spreading out the smile bands, and then they're like, "You're gentrifying this community."
Unfortunately, the Smile Project did not get nearly as much recognition. However, I did it. They're on YouTube
Oh,
if
it's
anyone
so
wants to look them
funny.
up. They may be challenging to find.
Well,
but-
let's find it.
Oh, God.
What? You just said.
Oh.
You probably have to get Google like
Glenn and Kay, what makes you smile?
sponsor
Oh,
a smile.
Sponsor a smile.
Ooh.
London K. I mean, it may be tough. I have it bookmarked on my computer because it's so hard to find now.
Is that you? Sponsor a smile on Facebook?
No, I don't think so. It would get a little confusing with people who were doing that surgery for
Oh,
people
for their
with cleft lips.
cleft
Would
lip.
people? I want to write down everything you said.
But anyways,
Okay, yeah, it's not.
yeah, it's
popping up here.
hard to find.
It's
but,
a great
popping up
video.
here.
It's a
It is
great
there.
video.
oh, it's so good.
And
it
then
actually
London
is
made
great.
shirts when there was that oil spill.
Yep.
London was
I
really,
was really
all
a
for, like-
go-getter.
You're on top of these
She
things.
was a go-getter.
Yeah.
By the time I hear about them, someone's already got the shirts.
Yeah. Sponsor a smile. There it is.
That's it. If you're not watching the YouTube video of this podcast today, maybe you should because...
Can we play the sound because it's you?
Yeah, sure. You have my
One
permission.
year, one world.
I made the video myself.
This is good.
This is 2008, 2007.
2010.
Oh, we definitely can't play that music.
Oh. Yeah, well.
It was another time.
Anyways, pretty much I went around it came out on 4/20 of 2010. I launched the project.
Oh my God.
And I'd pass out. At this time I was passing out smile pins. But anyways, that's my second favorite creative.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, she was so cute.
What was everyone saying?
4/20, 2010. What was I doing?
Yeah, right? I may have had it come out right
You
at
were probably in
4/20.
New York too.
Makes me happy.
Were you in New York at that time?
Warm, fresh out of the oven pie.
This screams 2010, and I can't even put my finger on why. All the fashion.
I
just-
mean,
Yeah.
there's
So
some
long ago.
signs, the editing, the soundtrack. Anyways, Chase, let's go to another question. This is why they say don't
It was like
share.
an Office video, like when they were like, "Tonight's gonna be." I was like, "Oh my lord!"
Which artist do you admire the most? Is
I
the
wrote
next
like
question.
Picasso and Chagall.
What artist do I admire the most?
Yeah, but I put like Kate McKinnon.
Edward Hopper. I mean, if I'm gonna pick like a straight up artist, you could pick like
You
can
can
pick
pick
anything.
art is whatever.
Kurt
art we do.
Cobain.
Nice. And then what do you have in common with Kurt Cobain?
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
A bleak outlook. Probably.
And why do you admire him?
It's a difficult thing to answer as well.
His bleak outlook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who'd you put, London?
I put Picasso and Chagall because
what do
their
you have?
diversity and their mediums, and they both did ballet costumes. And I just love the color and the ballet and the whimsy.
And I put Kate McKinnon and Kunk on Earth. But her real name is not Kunk on Earth.
That's okay.
You told me about this person.
And
Conk on Earth.
It is quite a name.
I just really
Diane
admire
Morgan.
them. They're both
Diane Morgan.
Yes, those two women are so funny to me, and they've like made a career out of being funny, but neither of them have Instagram. Neither of them are like trying to be social media. I just like really admire they're just funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't it funny to like admire someone because they don't have to use Instagram and be like, please.
Yeah, I'm just like good for them.
Look at my stuff, please,
good
Lord.
for them.
Mhm.
They don't even have to touch the app.
Yes.
I know.
Kurt Cobain didn't either.
Yeah. Picasso didn't either.
No.
None of them did.
Kurt Cobain, it probably would have happened sooner if he had Instagram, I bet.
So, yeah, yikes. Josh, define the word muse. What is your definition of muse?
Oh boy, I've used that quite a bit. It is a wonderful alternative band from the UK, but also
they are.
it is, well, it was used in ancient Greek times as a lady who like gets you so turned on that you're like making stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Gotcha.
Who is-
not babies?
That's the literal.
well,
Maybe.
I guess so.
You wish, but no, creating things.
So,
Gotcha.
who is your muse?
I've had a few, or ones that I thought were them for sure.
I put Taylor Swift,
Ooh, okay.
and I defined muse as someone that makes you want to create.
I
No,
put
of course.
question mark because I don't have a muse. And I said someone who embodies the work you create.
The muse is within.
I guess, but that's so boring.
Not really. It's
I got to
healthy.
discover my muse.
Here I have a dumpster full of muses that I've gone through. I've gotten what I could out of them. And then I throw them away. I go, ugh, all right.
They're all
Picasso did that too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exhumed creativity from the dead bodies of muses.
Every woman in his paintings was always a different woman.
wow.
That may be a
Wow.
lie. Maybe some were repeats.
Well, I'm
but
sure
he
that's
had a
true.
lot.
Isn't that
of
the case with
muses.
most artists, probably? The subjects are
Probably.
different women, probably?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Taylor
Glenn
Swift
Campbell's a
always a
big,
different man.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Shouldn't it be somebody in your life, though?
Yeah, but
Perhaps.
I think Taylor's in my life.
She's
Don't let her hear you say
Yeah.
that. You might get a restraining order.
But I get what you're saying. Like, my muse should be someone I have like a crush on that I'm like, oh, I need to.
It doesn't have to be a crush, but sure.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Cut that out.
But he won't
Leave
be
it in.
listening.
Beep it.
He's turned into an
Beep
acrobat.
it. Beep out that name.
Okay.
And beep out the
Oh.
fact she just said that.
Okay. Well, anyways. So she lists a ton of these questions for us. And
Yeah,
it
there's
goes
a ton.
on and on and on.
It goes on and on.
But I'm glad we got a little insight to these questions we weren't supposed to share with anybody. But thank you for sharing, both of you, for being so honest here today.
So, oh my gosh, London, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Your honesty.
So there's
Time.
there's a couple exercises that we were supposed to do.
I'm excited.
Okay. The
Let's
first one
exercise.
I didn't do.
Chase.
Oh, no, Chase.
You didn't observe street scenes for 10 minutes?
What's that mean?
Okay.
She
you're
wanted us to
supposed
go out
Okay, yeah, tell him.
and from afar
Yeah.
watch two people's body language.
A couple.
And write down anything they
20 things they do.
do. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't write things down, but I did watch a lot of people this weekend.
Yeah. It's fun people watching. I like it.
You're
Well, I don't know that I'm doing it on actively. I'm kind of just 1,000 yards staring while I'm smoking, and then something catches my eye,
and you're
and
observing.
I'm all of a sudden I go, look at that.
Yeah. Look at that.
You're observing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're supposed to take note of what makes us go, look at that.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're supposed to make
What
note.
are those moments?
Well, you're supposed to do this exercise twice.
Mm-hmm.
I will do this exercise. I've been out of town. And I know you
Sure.
can observe people out of town, but I just couldn't.
Well, I'll tell you, if you do it in town, chances are it's going to be two mentally ill people tussling.
Well, I did it in town.
The first
Oh, okay.
exercise you're
and
supposed
it was.
you're supposed to write down 20 things that you see, and it should take really fast. The second time you do it, it's a couple. You write down 20 things you see, but you have to like everything. So it's going to take a lot longer.
Oh, my Lord.
You have to wait until they do something you like and
Was
then
this
write it down.
years? How long are you going to watch these people?
That's
I
why.
know.
This is why
Gotta
I
wait
didn't
till they
have
go
time.
home and go to bed?
Right.
This is why I didn't have time.
Now they're sleeping, thank God.
And I don't know why we're doing this exercise, just to look at life a different way.
I think it's about to see what catches your eye. The
Or you're
second
supposed to zoom in and out or whatever.
Right. Binoculars on and off.
Yeah, that was good.
Bios and ethos or whatever.
Yeah. But I observed a man and a kid. I know it was supposed to be a couple. They seemed to be deep in thought, and the man was annoyed with the kid. And then the second one I looked at was a man and a woman at the coffee shop across from my studio. He asked her out, at least in my head.
Whoa. Oh.
I was making up the story from afar.
They didn't
They're
know
going
each
to
other?
Ireland next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a date.
Yeah, she was
Wow.
smiling. She was saying, wow. He touched her hand.
Oh.
It's like a Hallmark movie.
Hey.
Luck
So
of the
how
Irish,
long-
that's
gonna
what it'd be
see-
How
called.
long did it take you to get to that?
Well, I only got to 12 with the man and woman because he left. The first one only took me like a few minutes because he
20
was
things
frustrating.
happened.
He laughed, you know.
Yeah,
The other
name
one.
a few. Name a few things you caught.
The
I'm so
Oh.
sorry. I needed to turn my phone off.
the kid was laughing. The man looked around, confused. Someone got tired and yawned. Like very boring. They didn't seem as fun as the other two. The man laughs. Oh, she gave him free coffee. He didn't have to pay. Again, I may have been making this up, but I saw no transaction. So, anyways, it was a little weird staring. I'm not gonna
In
lie.
writing, documented.
That
Yeah,
was the
exactly,
part I
staring.
felt like I couldn't I felt like where I was.
I thought
where
you were gonna do it on the plane.
that was my plan.
Yeah.
But
I
fell
don't look at
asleep.
anybody on a
I
plane.
fell
You
asleep.
don't?
Nope. Eyes forward. If the lady comes around for the drink, I wave her off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what do you mean? Bye bye? Or like
I don't
come
get
here?
one. Nope. No, thank
Oh,
you. I'm
Keep
good.
moving, honey.
No
Yeah.
drinks
You are
for
not
this
my
guy.
muse.
Nope.
I got a drink this morning, and as in
tea
a
or
tea,
alcoholic?
a tea,
Okay.
a tea.
Okay.
And by time because I was first class.
Whoa.
Okay, I know. So they give you, they come up, they say, "What do you want?" and then it takes like an hour before you actually get the
At
drink.
first class?
Yeah,
they-
at first class it shouldn't take.
I know.
They should be giving you tea before takeoff.
I know. This one didn't. They said, what do you want once we take off? Once we took off, it was an hour later.
Oh.
I was sound asleep. So I had this cold tea when I woke up. What was the point of this?
I don't know.
Why did I tell this story?
Because
I
Josh
wave off
waves
them.
him
I don't
off.
even bother.
Oh yeah, you wave it off. I say, come here, I want tea so bad. But it took so long.
Like I go, can I have a Diet Coke? I say that. Just give me the can. I don't need this glass
I
of ice.
know.
This nonsense. Now I'm pouring this. Now I've got all this garbage in front of me.
Yep.
Now I have to pass it across two people. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
so
give me the can.
you're a window guy.
Oh, big time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Here's the thing. I'm not going to burden anybody by getting up on this, domestic flight when I don't have
This
to.
is why I sit aisle, because
Same. I'm up and
I'm
down.
up
I'm
and
moving.
down.
Well, because if
Or
I
they're
sit at
just
the
the-
aisle and then someone's like, I need to get out, I'm
Yeah.
going to be
A
annoyed.
little livid.
Yeah.
But I drink so much tea on flights that
You gotta go
I'm
aisle.
up. I just, even the anxiety that I might have to get up, I like being in the aisle.
No, put me in that hole and leave me there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this next exercise I had so much fun with.
Ooh,
I took my time.
you did this one.
And this is
You double did it because
this
the
is
first one.
Right.
full circle back to why we brought up the name thing with you.
Yes. And what I really liked about this that I didn't know is in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
if you're an artist, you are allowed to change your name one time.
Just once you reach mastery
it's a
level.
sign of artistic maturity. So
Wow.
people take a lot of time to think
Like a bar
about
mitzvah.
what their name change is going to be
It's
because
a
you
bat
can only
mitzvah.
do it once.
So this exercise was just pick a new name. And when I say I really thought about it, I probably spent like 45 to an hour on this exercise. This is who I am in my head.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Why don't you read it? Why are you showing it to
Well,
us?
this is her picture. Okay.
Oh.
Her name is Coral. Because it means modesty, wisdom, happiness, and immortality. It represents sea life.
You're taking someone else's name, though?
I'm picking a new name.
No last name?
No, I'm like Madonna.
Oh.
And then, or Cora for short, which means goddess of spring. And then I said, you know what? Maybe not either of those. Maybe I'm Layla, short for Leilana, which is short for heavenly garland of flowers.
It's also a rockin', bitchin' song.
It
Layla.
is.
Yeah, that is a good song. I like Layla.
Oh yeah, they said that song made the name popular.
Yeah.
Leilani means short for heavenly garland of flowers. Layla means goddess of the night, so they usually have brown hair. But I think I really resonated with the name Layla. What do you think?
I love it.
Hilarious.
Which one do you like better,
Crank the
Coral,
song.
Cora, or Layla?
Well, it's funny that you said Coral because there's a girl I have a crush on now from the
Your
show that I'm
muse.
watching. Her name is Coral Pena.
Oh,
And
pull her
I have
up.
so many more Instagram followers than her. You'd think she'd follow me back. Alas, here we are.
Coral Pena is her real name or the name on the show?
It's her real name.
have you DM'd her?
I've not had the guts yet.
Oh, well, that's how you get the follow.
Yeah.
I should DM her. I normally would if I didn't care as much, but I care too much.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to,
You want to play it cool.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Oh,
Anyhow,
slide into those DMs.
Coral.
she's probably dating someone.
She's
Say I
stunning.
love your name. It. By the way,
Oh,
it's
tell me,
the
give me that.
goddess
Give me
of
that.
the
Yeah.
sea
Give
or
me
whatever.
Give me that fact again.
Yeah.
Let's.
Coral. It means modesty, wisdom, happiness, and immortality.
I can tell by your Instagram, you live by your name.
Yes,
Such a modest
Modesty,
Instagram.
wisdom.
that's what you should write under like a bikini photo.
Yes. Yes. All right. Good. Okay, I've got it now.
All right.
Anyways,
Oh.
those are my names.
Josh, there's an inside track here for you. We'll talk about it off mic.
Okay, what's your name, London? Lola.
So
Am I
yeah,
right?
so I wrote
What's with the
Lola
L's?
Hendricks because I
Who?
always thought Lola Hendricks.
Cool.
Isn't that a cartoon character?
No. If it is, they
Type
took
that
it
in
from
there. I
my
want to
brain.
see. Let's see what Lola Hendrix brings up.
Yeah,
If, it's
let's-
if anybody else had the same ideas.
Who's Lola Hendrix?
Why does that
Alright.
name strike?
There's
I
a
just
Lola
always
Hendrix on
Liked the
Instagram.
last name Hendrix with an X, not a CK.
Yeah. What are you doing, CK?
Yeah.
Well,
Hendrix
this is
like
what-
Jimmy.
This is what came up as a real
Oh,
person.
Oh, okay. And
There's-
then I really like my name, so I said Lola London.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. London is such a cool
Yeah, I
name.
like my name. I always thought London Hendrix would be a cool name.
It would.
But that's what I got. What about you, Josh?
Is London somebody? Is there like a famous child of a couple that's named London?
no. Beckham and Posh
Yes.
Spice's kid is named Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that who you were thinking?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
People used to tell
Also,
me that fact
will
all the time.
Pete Wentz and
Oh,
Jessica
there's
Simpson,
Lola London.
or Pete Wentz and
Beautiful.
Ashley Simpson. What is their child's name? Paris?
Probably.
Probably.
Maybe. I
You
don't
don't
know.
meet many Londons these days.
I wanted my name to be Damien when I got into radio.
You could even
One
go
word.
Damian.
Maybe. What does it say?
Bronx.
Bronx.
Oh,
different
Bronx.
city.
Oh, different city.
Interesting.
So yeah, no, I wanted when I was 16 and they were like, you have to be on the radio. What do you want your name to be? I was gonna go in and tell them I'm gonna be Damien.
No last name
Wow.
either.
Nope, one word.
Wow.
Thank God.
So you would be Damien.
What's that?
You'd be Damien.
Maybe.
Do you feel like that embodies you now?
No, it definitely would have. It was already Hack, but I couldn't be like 50 and be Damien.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know, because it's like very MTV VJ past its
Oh,
prime
see, I think
sounding.
of an older man.
I think of an older man.
Really?
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Damien. Like he's on the Golden Bachelor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I think of him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, Damien, that's fun. It's your alter ego. You know, Beyonce's alter ego is Sasha Fierce.
Of course.
Yes. Fun fact. Muhammad Ali used to be named Cassius Clay.
Miley Cyrus.
Destiny.
Chase.
No, her name is
You gotta know
Destiny.
this.
I do.
Wait, Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, her real
Real
name,
name
is
is
Destiny
different.
Hope. Destiny
well,
Hope
you're
Cyrus.
doing a third layer. I thought Hannah Montana.
Oh. Well, of course. But no,
Everyone knows that one.
Billy Ray named Miley Destiny Hope because it was her hope to bring destiny to the world. And
Bring
she
destiny.
did.
It doesn't even make
What is that? Yeah, that just put my brain in such a
Oh
pretzel.
wait. It was her destiny to bring hope.
that makes more sense.
But she didn't like it, and she was smiling all the time. They called her. You opened up a rabbit hole. They
Yeah.
called
My
her
brain
Smiley,
exploded.
and then it went to Miley. And that's
Well,
how
they
we got
should
her.
hope that they bring destiny. I mean, it makes sense, kind of, but then it doesn't. You're like, they hoped that she brought destiny.
Well, that's the
That's
chapter.
the chapter.
Josh,
Hell
do you
of a
want to do
chapter.
a recap of what you learned?
Well, you're one of two people. Either you see things real close or real far away.
I think that's
We
pretty
all
much-
have different names.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Our creative DNA. It's
I think
part
we're
of
all.
us.
I feel like everyone you've described is like a beautiful mind, where they're like, you know what I'm saying? They're writing on the. You ever watch that movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so sad. Right? It's a sad movie.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not that sad. It's pretty happy, but
Chase likes her movies with
the guy's
happy
so good at
endings.
math that he's
Happy
like he's like seeing things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's how these artists sound. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, these artists are really
Well, we have a lot
artists.
to learn from them.
Some guy's like looking out his window, like looking at, going like the traffic patterns.
I must bring these to life in my dance.
I see them everywhere. I
Yeah,
see the
I
patterns
think
everywhere.
This chapter felt like these artists took it very precious.
No, I like it. We all need a little something to make. We're all crazy. That's the point.
Yeah, and I loved it. I never really thought about like everybody has their own point of view with things, and like that comes through in the work they create. And I may be a little more aware now when I observe.
Yeah. So what's your creative DNA, huh?
So is that the lesson? Is like everyone's got their own bent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Well, you're the
Well,
one
I
that did
figured
the
that.
recap. I don't know.
I figured that. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's got their own bent on things.
We all have our own take. We all see the world differently. It was so fun picking a name. If you're Lola and I'm Layla.
Very cute. If I'm London and
It's
you're
too
Layla.
close. It's weird that you came up with them so close to each other.
I know.
I know.
Lola
well,
and
London's
Layla?
been Lola forever.
Yeah.
That's
You're
I
like
did
a
another
vowel
college project where I was,
She was
Lola,
Lola.
Lola Menendez.
Menendez.
where I brought color to the world.
Oh my lord.
Oh yeah, this one's good. Is this on YouTube?
It's somewhere. Yes, it's on YouTube, but
Lola Menendez.
it would be so
It's
hard
really
to find.
like artsy.
yeah.
Where you brought a color to the world.
She's
All
wearing
the
red
colors?
and
all the colors. In a black and white, like
It was
Plainville?
black and white at the start, but by the end, boom, boom, boom.
I
boom.
see. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, it
Very
was
Wizard
it was
of
good.
Oz.
No, that's on an old YouTube channel as well that I don't even know where we'd begin.
Oh
I think
my
it's
lord.
on London K's
I don't know.
YouTube channel.
But yeah, college was a very inspiring time for me.
I
NYU.
love it.
Yeah, but
NYU.
NYU.
Yeah.
Very artsy school.
Of course.
Yeah.
yeah.
The artsiest, some would say.
We're
It may
gonna
be on
find
that
it.
Sponsor a Smile YouTube channel, but
Lola Menendez.
that the video's hidden.
So, why? What made
There,
you pick
that's your
Lola
channel.
Menendez?
Huh?
What was the last name chosen for?
Oh, I just liked it.
Okay.
Go up.
Have you
bro.
heard of
Big
the?
fan of Lyle Menendez.
Have you heard of the twins?
Oh, yes, now I have. At the time I didn't.
That's-
Lyle
yeah, so it was
Menendez.
just like an unfortunate choice.
No.
I haven't
No
heard of the
way.
twins.
The Menendez brothers.
Oh, they killed their parents.
Oh.
That's what I said. I go unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, I know they were before I made the video, but yeah.
Menendez.
Also, it's Lyle Menendez. It's like very close to Lola.
Very
That's
Menendez.
true.
too
I was
close
like, are
for
they?
my liking.
Are they related? Yeah, it's one letter off.
I was the sister that got away.
yeah. I had nothing to do with it. I'm out here trying to introduce color to the world. That's. You might have heard of my brothers.
Oh my gosh. Well, always so good having you on, Josh.
Thank you.
You bring smiles.
You bring
to
the
our
smiles.
podcast.
What makes us smile? Josh.
Thank you.
Damien.
Yep.
It would be so
Robert
unfortunate
Potter.
for poor Lola Menendez if she had to have an art career after the whole.
Especially if it was all about happy things.
Yeah, she's like, listen, let's try and forget about
Oh
that.
my gosh. Are
do you
they? Is
think
there a
of me?
documentary on this?
Oh,
There's
a
quite a
lot.
few.
Love
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's dark though. But
All
Yeah,
right.
it
Well,
gets
Josh,
bad.
would you go ahead and plug your shows,
Yes,
your
please.
Instagram,
Oh, please,
your
yes.
podcast?
Let's see. I'm going to be in Buffalo at Helium on November 22nd, and then I'm going to be in Brea. Josh Potter and friends. Are you going to do it on the 29th of
London?
November? No.
no, I
you
am
gonna
going
be
to the
here?
Brea Improv though
I would
this
love
week.
to do it.
Okay, good,
Oh,
yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
love to do it.
Sweet. November 29th.
Nice.
And the show's on every Wednesday on YouTube. Go check it out.
Go check it out. It's a great one.
All right, you guys.
We'll see you next week.
Next week is going to be chapter 4. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Bye.
All right.
Follow and like our
Bye.
podcast, please.
Oh,
we
yes,
love you.
Thank you.
Woo!